Hello, what's going on, guys?
Good evening. Happy Friday. It is, what, 8:01?
Yep.
Got a sleeping baby.
Got another episode of Murder, She Ate.
Yeah.
So if you guys are new, this is not about keto, it's about crimes. And typically it's called Murder, She Ate because we eat dinner.
Yeah.
But we have to do it so late now because Theo has to go to bed, so we haven't been eating dinner. I just got my water here.
I have my water as well. What was the other name option? Was that also food involved?
Crime and nourishment.
So see, that could have been fitting for no dinner too.
I was thinking one of these nights we would just have a big mug cake fest. Like 4 of them.
Ooh, make like fun ones and talk about the flavor. Oh my god, you guys would love that. I would love that.
How is everything going, guys? And okay, so last week, what was the case we did, you remember?
Yeah, Turney. Alyssa Turney.
And her sister.
Yeah.
This is the first time this show has actually gotten real in any way, shape, or form. So her sister,
Jessica Turney,
she like shared our live stream on Twitter.
and tweeted at us and said thanks for sharing the story.
And I watched it back. It made me kind of second guess how I talk about these because I was watching it back and I was like, I got a fun case today. And then I was like, this girl's sister went missing. That's not really fun.
Yeah.
But we try to make it fun, I guess.
Right. No, I don't know if we try to make it fun. I wonder how Mega is doing on her new editing program. Oh, eating program.
Wait, it says I can't connect to chat. What's going on here? Continue. How's your eating program going?
It's going well.
Okay, we got chat.
Is it working?
Yeah, we got chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, we try to make this show fun, but we don't talk about fun things, I would say. We talk about very serious things. But I think the fun part is talking about
The fun part for me is trying to solve the mystery.
Yeah, but like getting your guys' input on like the suspects and like who you think did it and like what do you think happened and theories. That's what I was looking for, that word.
What are you guys having for dinner? That's kind of the idea behind this. You guys eat dinner, you hang with us, we eat dinner, except we're not eating dinner. So now we're like the weird friend that you go out to dinner with and we're like, I'll just have water.
And I'm wearing my Murder, She Ate shirt from Ketonement. Yeah.
I haven't heard from Ketonement this season on Murder, She Ate. What's she up to?
I don't know, maybe Friday nights is like her jam sesh night with her buds.
Maybe.
And I don't like, so someone said that this shirt is being sold on Amazon.
It is.
I know, and I saw it and I looked it up. It's not sold by us.
It's not even sold by Ketonement.
Yeah, someone just like took the logo and made shirts out of it.
Should we do Murder, She Ate shirts though?
Probably not.
Nah.
Well, would we do this one? Or would we make our own?
I don't know. That's the thing.
No, I don't think we need Murder, She Ate shirts.
And Mega was supposed to do the mini mystery today.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
I got a mini mystery too. But go ahead. You do yours.
Well, can you play a video? I didn't like prep you.
Yeah, what's the video?
It's going to be a very small video. So, it's a fun mystery.
Okay.
Was the I'ma let you finish Kanye, that whole event, an inside job?
I don't know if we can play that without getting...
Oh.
You guys know what that is, though.
Yeah,
Kanye...
so it was the VMAs 2009?
It was that long ago? That's 11 years ago. Really? It was... Oh my gosh, it was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So it was Taylor first had like come out and she won Video of the Year, I think, or Best Video of the Year, yeah. So it was the first award.
Taylor Swift,
sorry. It was the first award that was announced, and as Taylor goes up, it's like a shock because she's up against Beyonce, who was doing like Single Ladies at the time.
Oh, Ketonement's on here. Finally.
Nobody's buying it because I'm not advertising it a lot. So Taylor Swift was up on stage accepting the award and about to give her speech, but Kanye jumps on stage. So he's front row at the VMAs.
Yeah.
And he says, Taylor, he grabs the mic from her. He's like, Taylor, I'm going to let you finish, but... And then points to Beyonce, who's also in the front row. And he's like, Beyonce had one of the best videos of the year.
Of all time.
And then he just like said like the same thing over again, and then just handed the microphone back to Taylor and jumped off stage. And when he said that, it pans to Beyonce, and Beyonce's like, oh my god, I feel so bad. What?
That is Ketonement's shirt on Amazon.
Oh.
Okay, that's fine then. You guys can buy it from Ketonement.
I'm sorry. We thought it wasn't yours. You should have let us know. You should have hit us up. Okay. But back to the mini mystery. So, it goes on, and so like a lot of stuff goes on backstage with Beyonce and like her rep or whatever, and she feels so bad for Taylor Swift because like it's her first award. It like Kanye. So also supposedly Kanye. I think this is true. It's not supposed. Kanye was like swigging Hennessy as he was like walking down the red carpet at the start, threw it from a bottle, and then when he got and sat down, he was like handing it. He was like passing the bottle around. So he was like drunk at this point. Mm-hmm. So he got on stage drunk, which makes a little more sense that he would do something like that. But at the end, when Beyonce wins like a ton of awards, she calls up Taylor Swift to like do her speech properly, and they're both wearing like these red dresses, and it's just like a really nice moment. And like the VMA, like so the VMA had been doing really poorly the several years prior to that.
Okay, I don't think it was a stunt for the VMAs.
They had the
I'm going to say that right away.
They had Kanye and Taylor had the same agent at the time.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I have a strong theory on this already.
Oh.
So Kanye and Taylor Swift, they don't care about the VMAs. Like, the VMAs are nothing to them.
But they use this ongoing to propel
exactly.
Like, both of their...
Kanye has a history of doing this. Back when Kanye dropped his second album, 50 Cent dropped his second album, they had a loser leaves town bet. Whoever sold the most records, the other guy could never make a record again. That was the bet they had. I think Kanye ended up winning. But it's just like, it was a publicity thing to get more people to buy records, obviously. Because if you like your artist, you're going to buy his records so he wins. So they both sold like over 1 million records. So I would say it's definitely in Kanye's wheelhouse to do that.
Oh, so you think he did it intentionally?
Yeah,
but did Taylor know? Was this like an inside for both of them?
I could see it both ways. I could see Taylor not knowing and benefiting, or also knowing. She seems to me like she's very, at this point, I guess that was 10 years ago, but at this point she's very business-minded.
Yeah. She actually, I was about to start her, it's called Americana. She has a documentary on Netflix.
It's called Americana?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't like her songs at all anymore, but there's one song I really like. It's called Mean. That's my all-time favorite Taylor Swift song.
She's like she's like playing a banjo in it, the video, and she's young.
That's a good one. I got a quick one since that was a good... Well, what's your theory?
Oh, I don't think it was an inside job at all. So but since you have a theory, we're not going to go down the rabbit hole of Kanye. I want to talk about him in general.
Well, even if it wasn't though,
because who he is now, who he has been, all his interviews, is he an inside job? Is he real? Is that real life? Like, is he just like a robot?
You're thinking he's an industry plant? That's the term we use.
That's the term. Oh my goodness.
He's not an industry plant just because he's been an amazing musician for 10 plus years. So you can't. There's certain things that can be manufactured.
I think he's manufactured.
Like, for example, Iggy Azalea is a perfect example of someone that could be manufactured. Like, just get like some blonde
How could Kanye
girl.
Not be?
Because Kanye's one of the most like talented producers ever.
Yeah.
So you can't just fake that.
Yeah, you could.
How could you fake it? What do you mean?
I mean, fake it in the sense like people have lyrics written for them all the time. Wasn't Drake like called out for having lyrics written for him?
Yeah, but
a ghostwriter.
No one says Kanye's the best lyricist. He's the best producer.
Yeah, but a ghost producer. I don't know.
But if you're the ghost producer, you would just become super famous for being awesome.
Not is he okay? Fine, you're going extreme with the industry plant. I'm saying is like his interviews. Like, is that actually him? Is he just like off the deep end all the time? Because like when I see him on the Kardashians, and this last season he was on it pretty frequently. Like, he doesn't come on as much. I love when he's on though, because he is so just like out there. He's like, did you remember I showed you the interview of them two like side by side?
Yeah.
He is just crazy. He was like, he said it reminded him of that. I don't know. We should like show the clip maybe next time.
We can't show Kardashian clips.
Okay. You're so mean to me.
Why?
It's just I can't get past the fact that he is who he is. And it doesn't seem real. Like he goes to sleep with these thoughts and like lives them.
This happens with everyone who's like super famous for so long. Like, he has some lyrics where you can't be humble with your face on a jumbotron, like things like that. Like, it's kind of true. When some people are constantly telling you you're the greatest,
I don't think
start to believe it.
So yeah, okay. I don't really get like the I'm a god or I am God type of vibe from him. I know he's like said things like that, like he feels like he is, but he is pretty like down to earth.
He used to be down to earth. Old Kanye was down to earth.
He's just a little kooky.
Yeah, that's just from so many years being so famous, I think.
Because in the clip with him and Kim, he was like, "This just reminds me of The Incredibles. Like we're on a set, and I'm like a superhero, and like he was just like going."
The
off.
vibe I get from him, honestly, is like he's a famous artist, and he's trying really hard to be like artsy now. Yeah.
I just think he needs to be on like some sort of mood like stabilizer.
He is, I think, also.
Thought stabilizer.
Yeah, he is on medication.
Okay. Anyway.
Struggling with mental health issues, says someone.
Oh, really?
Have you listened to his new album, Jesus is King? Yeah, I did. Didn't love it. Didn't really like it.
I think I listened to like one song in passing, but no. How about Bieber? Kanye's not the only one. I haven't like seen Bieber interviews. Like I've watched Kanye interviews to know how deep he is.
It's not going to end well with him.
With Bieber?
He was famous when he was like 12, right? Yeah, it's just pretty much a wrap, I would say.
He's married to Hailey Bieber. I don't know her last name now because it's Bieber. I don't know. He's just...
Fame is a curse. I agree. Someone said it's a curse, fame.
Yeah, me and Matt talk about this. And it's always something like I really never thought about until Matt like told me. Would you rather have like fame? Like would you rather have notoriety or money? Like would you rather be rich or famous? Because you can have, like, both, they go hand in hand sometimes,
a lot of the
right?
time,
a lot of the time. But, like, would you rather just be behind the scenes and have, like, money and do things without, like, being known?
I think
I don't
know. It seems like there's definitely a percentage of people that would rather be famous. Like the Insta thought type.
Oh, yeah.
They prefer the fame to the money, I think.
Yeah. No, but I think in most people's minds, if you're famous, you can just make a ton of money.
Generally. You can monetize fame pretty easily, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, if you guys want another, like, Kanye West spin-off, but just not talented, Aaron Carter. He's been fastly devolving lately. He has some interesting interviews.
You went into a rabbit hole.
I went in an Aaron Carter rabbit hole. He has a face tat, huge face tat now.
I used to watch their show. Aaron Carter had a show, remember?
Yeah. He's actually, like, I crack up. He makes me laugh.
He was famous when he was so young, too.
Yeah.
All these kids, like a lot of kids were. Brittany was. Yeah, we were just talking about Brittany last. Maybe every mystery should just be like on like celebrities, like famous celebrities. So that's fun.
Should I do my mini mystery or should we skip it?
We should probably just skip it. Everyone wants to do it. But how long is your case? Can we get through that?
We can get through it quick. I'll just go through this one quick. We talked about this already, you remember?
Why haven't we found... Yeah.
So I'm sharing this infographic. It's cool. Why haven't we found aliens? And give me what you guys think about these. There's a bunch of different theories on why we haven't. This is kind of long. Okay, so there's the rare Earth theory. We're unique. The rare Earth hypothesis argues that planets with complex life like Earth are extremely rare. Thoughts?
We're going through this again. I remember doing this. This is okay. So.
That's too much. We shouldn't do it.
It's a lot.
The Great Filter. Okay, well, I'll just link this in chat. This is a cool infographic you can look at.
Yeah, definitely look at it and talk about it with someone, but like...
Not with us.
It's pretty deep, right? Too deep right now. We can't get through it quick.
Was Aaron Carter on drugs at all? Yeah, so that's actually part of the debate. He was on drugs for an extended period of time. The debate is whether he's still on drugs, which a lot of people think he is. He was also on, I think, Dr. Phil recently.
Was he?
Yeah.
Is Dr. Phil even real?
I would rather not be famous and just sit at home and eat beef jerky. I love that.
That sounds nice.
That would be fun.
But like,
you get like the most gourmet beef jerky.
Does Dr. Phil like really get through to people? Is he just like a fun like Maury? What is it?
Maury? Yeah, Maury.
Maury type of show?
I think like when he's
like
first
highly regarded, right? He's under Oprah now.
I think he's kind of like Dr. Oz. Like they're both at first were good, and now they've just like devolved into like
jokes.
Goji berries, like that kind of thing.
Well, not Dr. Phil.
Yeah, that's more.
And what kind of doctor is Dr. Phil?
I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, he's famous because of Cash Me Outside, right?
No, because of Oprah.
Was it Cash Me Outside on Dr. Phil?
Yeah.
I know, because of Oprah, but like Cash Me Outside, Bad Baby is more famous than Dr. Phil in my mind. And she was on Dr. Phil.
I think Dr. Phil's more famous.
I don't know.
Yeah, Dr. Phil is really high on himself. I've noticed that lately.
Oh, he's a total... Yeah, I agree. And a jerk. That's why people like that, like, are you real people? Because you're, like, really in the public eye. You think you would, like, watch yourself back and maybe be like, all right, I gotta, like, cut myself down a bit?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe.
It's tough. I don't know, because, yeah. I have to imagine, like, even doing this, I constantly have the thought of, like, am I just a phony? You know, so I imagine...
Yeah, our Mad Becky, Angie K, thanks for the donation.
So I imagine people that really break through to become world famous Dr. Phil types of people, they've like powered through all that to the point where they're just like so overly confident that it's like, yeah, are they real even? They're not like normal people anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, should we get on to the case?
Sorry, yeah.
That was a long interlude.
This is too fun.
Okay, what we got today is the what happened to Katelyn Markham. Markham. So Katelyn was last seen, she's 21 years old, in 2011 in Fairfield, Ohio. And I want to get the chat up so you can kind of see it well. Is this good? Over here maybe?
Well, yeah, I guess I'll just always be looking at it. Can you swap?
I could, but yeah. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Okay, so Katelyn Markham. So here's how it goes. She's in art school. She's about to graduate in a couple weeks, 3 weeks. And in 2 days, she turns 22 years old. She has these big grand plans of when she graduates college, she's going to move to Colorado with her then fiance. They just got engaged, John Carter. And yeah, so they're planning to move together to Colorado. That's always important when you're questioning what happened to someone. They got plans for the future. Usually people that something bad happens to, they don't have future plans.
Really?
Yeah.
I would think it's the opposite because you're trying to cover your tracks. Like, we wanted to do this thing, and then she disappeared. You know?
Yeah. Well, usually that's like a big case of why they wouldn't have disappeared if they have like something.
Oh, like a puppy or something at home, they wouldn't leave.
Yeah, just little things like that.
Okay. Sorry.
I mean, you put plans under microscopes. Okay, so she was scheduled to work a full shift at David's Bridal. That's where she worked. On Sunday, the 14th. And that morning, she was a no-call, no-show, which was very unlike her. This was on Sunday. She was responsible. She was working 2 jobs while attending school. She's never done this before. So John Carter, her fiance, having been unable to reach Katelyn on her cell phone since the prior night, Saturday night, he wakes up. Actually, he goes to bed really late. He texts her. He calls her. He leaves her a good morning message because he knows she's going to wake up soon. He's going to bed. She'll see it and reply like always. She doesn't reply. So he then gets permission to leave during his evening shift at Papa John's Pizza to check on her. Oh, and another guy who's really just evolving lately is the Papa John's guy. Have you heard about him? He got somehow dethroned from the Papa John's.
The football player?
The guy who's in all the commercials on Papa John's.
Yeah, the football player.
He's not a football player. That's Peyton Manning. I'm talking about John, like Papa John, the main guy.
Oh, I have never seen him. I only see Peyton Manning. Or maybe when I see the other guy.
You know the other guy.
What's
better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's?
Yeah, Peyton says that.
Yeah, but the other guy does too.
Wait, what's happening to him?
He's got kicked out of Papa John's and everyone else took over now.
Why?
It's
like a hostile takeover?
It was either like racism or something sexual. One of those
He
things.
was or against him?
It was accused. Maybe there's even recording of it. I don't know. It was one of those two. The 2 big dogs.
Oh, think like Paula Deen.
Yeah. Okay. Then, so...
Sorry, guys.
He interestingly, when he went, he didn't call or check at David's Bridal. He just immediately went home when she should have been working.
Okay.
But since he wasn't... Oh, we got a $10 donation from Teresa Vance.
Thank you. Thank you.
For an avocado, it looks like. So he didn't drive to her work, David's Bridal. He drove straight home to see if she was there. And her car's in the driveway. And right when he sees a car, that alarms him. because he's like, she would never just like sleep in and miss work. He goes in, and with his key, he has a key. No Katelyn. Nothing was out of place, but her dog, her keys, and her purse were on her bed in her bedroom.
Her dog?
Yeah, her dog, her keys, and her purse.
Okay.
So that's stuff you would typically take if you're going somewhere. And she always locked her dog in her first floor bathroom when she went out. He had like a bed in there and food and stuff and just all his stuff. Oh, so it was a racist thing that Papa John's did?
Mm-hmm. He made an agreement with Donald Trump on the football kneeling.
Is that racist though?
What did Donald Trump say on the football
On the football kneeling? I think Donald Trump said like it's bad to kneel. I don't know though. Okay. So Katelyn wasn't there.
Okay, her dog was in her room.
The dog thing is a big. They're like the boyfriend right away is like, that's usually not how she leaves it. Okay. So John Carter left to check with some friends and see what's going on here. He's like right away though. He's thinking something bad might have happened. He calls her father, so his soon-to-be father-in-law. He's like, I can't find Katelyn. I think something's wrong. What do we do? So then he calls 911. There is recordings of the 911 call. I just couldn't find it anywhere. So I have the transcript.
Someone said, every time I leave a room, I say DKP out loud. Dog keys purse.
You do?
No, someone said that.
Oh. So I do have the transcript. I don't think it's that useful to like read through it though. But so he calls.
This is the dad?
No, this is the fiance. He's like, hi, my name is John Carter. I'm calling, blah, 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 report a missing persons. I know you're not supposed to do that before 24 hours. My fiance is missing. I can't find her anywhere. And then there's also, oh, I had it pulled up. Oh, wait, here it is. Don't look. There's also this, which is someone analyzing the 911 call. And it's pretty cool to read through this. So the number one thing is like emergency calls that are flagged if there's an introduction. So like, hello, hi, this is my name. You know, like kind of what he did. But I think that's a little misleading because he's calling not in like a panic situation where someone is actively getting stabbed. He's calling like, no?
Because even like when I'm like, hi, my name's Mega Barrett, unless I'm calling like in the bank for like services. But like even when I'm calling for Julius or Mom, hi, I'm calling regarding my dog Julius. I want to get him checked.
Like if I was calling 911 and you had been missing for 8 hours, I would say, hey, I'm calling to report a missing person. I wouldn't say, hi, my name's Matt Gadke.
I would say, hi, my husband's missing. His name is Matt Gadke.
Yeah.
I would start with that.
So it's a little weird.
It is weird.
And then he goes on to say, I saw her at like 12 o'clock last night. She stays in a house by herself. So I'm just really nervous. Her car's still there. Her purse is still. Okay, where's the address? I give address, blah, blah, blah.
Anything more from the analysis of the call that is like interesting to point out that you read through?
He goes into it all, but I just like looking at this part here. So like expression of emotions is a red flag because your emotion is kind of implied. You're calling 911, so something bad's happening. So you don't have to be like, I'm really scared. I'm fearing for my life. It's just like they know by the tone.
He said, I'm nervous. Anything else did he say that was like weird? He said, I'm like scared for my life.
No, he just said, I'm nervous. Oops, I keep showing you my notes. Ask for help.
No, you say that. Like, I'm concerned something happened to her. Like, I'm worried, she got killed.
Yeah, I'm worried something might have happened to her.
I would say that.
But I wouldn't say I'm nervous. Would you? Maybe you would. I don't know.
I would say, like, it makes me nervous. No, I wouldn't. You don't say you're nervous.
Unless I literally just couldn't get the words out at all, I wouldn't say I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Because he stumbled on a few words, but...
I mean, I've called 911 before, and...
You have?
Yeah. And... in like a non-panic situation, probably something not like this obviously, but like non-panic, and yeah, I'm not like polite. It's always serious when you're calling 911, right? It's not just like a casual because if it was casual you would go to the police station, right? I feel like that's more casual.
True. Yeah, you would go up there.
Hi, bye.
So the words I'm sorry statistically are found in callers with guilty knowledge for whatever reason. And, just a bunch of cool things you could read about, I guess. I'll link this in chat, too. It's kind of cool to read.
Oh, my God.
There's also down below is the analysis of the actual call. But I've also seen a lot of people kind of Don't look at this. I've also seen a lot of people kind of debunking that, too, and saying, like, this is just some guy kind of saying this.
No, I like it.
As a previous 911 dispatcher for 3 years, it is not uncommon for an introduction with their name. More usual than not.
Oh.
See?
Okay.
That might be true.
That's better than the person that wrote that thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your wife's wisdom is on another level.
Oh, thank you, Jay White. Okay, go back to the case.
Back to the case. So, John Carter, her fiance, was the last person to see her the previous night between 11 p.m. and midnight. He left around that time to join a group of friends in a nearby town. Katelyn was tired. She wanted to go to bed. Last known sighting. He said he and Katelyn texted each other a few times after he arrived at the next house. So that would have been around 12:45 in the morning, a little after midnight.
Okay.
Police reported there was no activity on her phone after that 12:45 time period. So John states he leaves his friend's house that night around 4 a.m., goes home, texts Katelyn, like I said, the good morning message, and hopefully for her to wake up to and text him back. This seems to be a typical occurrence. He goes to sleep. He sleeps until 4:30 p.m. the next day. So literally a 12 and a half hour sleep, I guess.
Yeah.
4 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Like, what kind of life is this? He does not have to work until 5 p.m. that day, and he's delivery driver at Papa John's. So that's what's going on with John's whereabouts on the night.
Okay.
And that's pretty much all we know about the night. The last known sighting was between 11 and 12 with John. He leaves. She's home alone, presumably, when he leaves, and then who knows from there.
And they don't live together, but they're engaged.
She's never seen again.
Okay.
Over the next several weeks, Katelyn's disappearance was featured on the local media, and it even made it to national and the big dog Nancy Grace at one point. When John was interviewed by local radio, this is like a common slip up of people that are guilty and they're trying to play that they're not. The hosts noted that he'd spoken about her in past tense, and then he corrected himself.
Trying to think that through.
So, I don't know. I would say maybe he was just so convinced because it was so outside of the norm of her that she was...
What did he say?
I don't know the exact quote. We don't have the quote.
Because it'd be weird if I was like, Matt says versus like Matt used to say.
Yeah. Or like, she was a great person. Like, what if you said she was a great person?
Then you think she's dead. Then she's dead.
Do you though? Yeah.
Would you ever say that about me if I'm just like...
I would say you are a great person.
Not here?
Yeah. Okay. So it's a little weird, but it could also...
went grocery shopping, he's like, she was great.
Yes. It could just be like a slip up though, too.
I don't think so. That's a weird slip up, right, guys? Look at the comments.
Yeah. Fame has gotten to Julius. I joined the Curve yesterday. Oh yeah, I think I saw your post in the forums there.
Hey, Janice, thanks for joining.
Okay, so then he was interviewed on local TV, and his response when asked what his last hour with Katelyn was a little weird. He avoids the question. I wouldn't say he avoids the question, but he ends up not really answering it, and he talks about how he would always go do things for her, like vacuuming her apartment because she was always so busy. Just like kind of a weird place to end when the question is, what happened like the last hour you saw her?
So that sounds like avoiding. Why would you say he didn't avoid it?
He kind of avoided, but I don't know. He's also just like kind of a nervous guy.
Did you listen to the interview or something?
I saw him speak a few times. He's kind of a nervous guy overall.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
I'll
hard to
take
decipher.
your word for it, Matthew.
But it's so easy when you're looking at someone who like you think may have done something terrible to just kind of see what you want to see. right? And be like, oh my gosh, she's saying that. Like, you shouldn't be saying
that.
that.
No, but that's not what we're doing. We're trying to now analyze it based on like how we would act in the situation. If you were missing, knock on wood, and someone was like, what was your last hour like with Matt? And this was the last hour, I'd be like, well, we were together, he was happy, we were doing Murder, She 8, we had some great banter, blah, blah, blah. Like, it wouldn't be like, I used to pick up his socks a lot because he just left them everywhere.
You would be trying to give, like, some good details to help the investigation.
Right, like your mood, like, were you depressed, were you happy?
Yeah. So in early September 2011, the EQUA search, which I think is like some kind of national organization that works on searches for missing people, just like foot searches and stuff, they search a specific area called Okeana, Ohio, and a local resident asks like one of the law enforcement, why are you searching in this area? And then the guy's like, because the phone pinged in this area. And that was like not supposed to be leaked to the press or to anyone. Mm-hmm. And the police later denied that, but everyone was kind of like, that was probably really the truth. Yeah. And it turns out to later on, that was the truth. The phone pinged in that area. So that was like 25 minutes away from Fairfield, from where they lived. Now,
Fairfield, Ohio.
Yeah.
Do you know that area?
No, not really.
You lived in Ohio, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know where Fairfield is, though. So a few peculiar facts about Katelyn's last evening would eventually surface. $10 donation from Doc's Widow. Thank you, with an avocado.
No, it's a pear.
No, it's a pear.
Avocados don't have leaves.
Her phone was not on her bed. Someone says, I thought her phone was on her bed. No. Phone was missing. Phone was the only thing gone.
Remember,
keys,
D-K-A, right?
Keys, purse, dog.
Oh, D-P-K.
Yeah. What was their relationship like?
They were engaged, intimate.
So we'll get into some stuff about the types of people they kind of were. But I mean, one of them, Katelyn was like, working 2 jobs, not really high quality jobs, but that's kind of what a lot of people do when they're working their way through college. She was getting an art degree.
She was 22?
22.
Oh, they were, how old was he?
He was 22, also maybe 23.
Super young, okay.
He was working at Papa John's, sleeping 12 and a half hours a day, so like that was his life. They were both like not what I would call go-getters for sure. They were just kind of like living in their small town, having a comfortable life. They're going to try moving to Colorado. Fresh start.
Yeah. A lot of people are trying to move to Colorado.
Yeah.
What do you see, bro?
Julius. Okay, so a few peculiar things about that last evening would eventually surface. John Carter said that he had been instructed by Katelyn to burn, this is a direct quote, a big old bag of her paperwork in the fire pit of the friend's house he visited just after she was last seen.
So unlikely she told him to do it and he did it to hide something.
So we are going to read into this paperwork quite a bit because there's different interpretations of this. But yeah, the idea was John does a lot of stuff for her. He's always doing errands for her. Mm-hmm. So he had to burn her bag of paperwork.
Okay.
In different interviews, Carter gives multiple answers for what time he left her home that night, varying between 11 p.m. and midnight, depending on which interview. And what's kind of odd about that is you could go back and look at the text messages usually and kind of like place yourself where you were when you were sending these different messages. It's usually pretty easy to do that, right? If you go back through your history, you're like, oh, when I sent that one, I was driving. I sent that one, I was eating pizza. And then that was like right after I left her house, 11:45.
Yeah.
But he's unable to do that. And then the big thing that goes unnoticed in all of these interviews John is giving is there was like a storm of the decade type of storm that night in Ohio. And
what year was this?
2011.
Okay.
And he never mentions it.
There was a big storm that year.
Was there?
In Philadelphia, too.
Oh.
I was in college, I remember.
Apparently, like, 7 people died in Indiana when, like, something fell from the storm. Yeah. So it was a big storm.
Like snowstorm.
I think... I don't think it's a snowstorm. I think it's a rainstorm.
Oh,
no, it's a rainstorm.
No, I'm thinking snowstorm.
Yeah. It's a summer thunderstorm.
Oh, it was the summer.
Yeah, August. So it goes completely unmentioned in all of John's accounts for the night. So like you think if you're telling the story, you'd be like, yeah, I was driving, the rain was really coming down. That would come up somewhere. Yeah. So you start thinking like, okay, if you're dealing with a body or something, trying to hide a body, maybe you don't mention the conditions because you're trying to like totally disconnect from the crazy night you had.
Right.
Right?
That's unfortunate that the night he chooses to do something like that.
Yeah.
It's the craziest night.
And then the other thing is, so he goes over to this house. That's his story at when he leaves Katelyn's house with a couple of friends. They do confirm that he's there, but it's like a little shaky, the alibis, I would say. And so he says they had a bonfire there. He kind of alludes to this, and that's where he burned the papers at. But then there's the story, like the whole storm, right? So you can't really have a bonfire with a big, huge storm.
Yeah. But the friends corroborate this?
The friends kind of corroborate it, but when they're interviewed, they know nothing about like a bonfire, burning papers, anything like that. So, couple different theories. There's one main theory, and we'll get to this a little bit more, but I think this could all just be code words for smoking weed. Burning papers. What do you say to that?
You just came up with this theory.
No, I read this theory somewhere on Reddit and I was like, that makes a lot of sense. Because there's one text message where she's like, I wish you would have waited for me to burn the big old bag or whatever.
Yeah,
something
that's
like that.
Me, probably.
Because like, why would you wish he waited for you to burn some bills and receipts and stuff?
I don't know, maybe she's an arson.
It's kind of fun to watch things burn, but yeah, so it could be weed.
Yeah.
And then he never mentioned the storm, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Then another detail emerges weeks after Katelyn's disappearance. There was a third person at her home that night.
Who?
We don't know who it is. He's unnamed. The person has been called Mr. Saturday Night. Just like in the Facebook discussion groups and stuff, because no one knows his actual identity. He was interviewed, and he was involved in searches for Katelyn, and he said he was there for a short period of time and sensed tension in the room, and that Katelyn seemed to be in a very bad mood. She was preoccupied and focused solely on her computer, and John, the fiance, explained her behavior by saying she had taken mushrooms. So this is why also I'm thinking it could be weed they're talking about.
Yeah.
Because they're drug users. And Mr. Saturday Night left Katelyn's place sometime around 9:30 that night. Katelyn couldn't have gotten home. She couldn't really have gotten home from work, which she got off of. She usually would get home at 8:40 and be like on a mushroom trip at 9:30, right? That seems weird.
Unless she took them right before she left work.
Which you might do, I guess, but like...
You would do. People would do that.
People would do that, but like... It seems... I'm skeptical of it. Because then also, you're just doing them at home by yourself? Like for...
People do that.
They do? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess they do.
I know a lot of people have done it.
It seems odd to me because she's also working the next day and she's like tired. She has to go to bed then later on at like 11:30 when she would probably still be like feeling the effects of the mushrooms.
Yeah, but when you enjoy and frequently do drugs, like work doesn't get in the way. When it's like also she works at like bridal place. Why do you say that?
Okay. So, does his story vary or does it pretty much stay the same? It varies a little bit each time, and he remembers new pieces of information. And then 18 months after the disappearance, we're not getting much going on. And then...
So nothing, okay, well, so the police, did they investigate?
Police investigated. There was no sign of forced entry. Remember, John had a key.
And they interviewed John, and he just seemed weird, so they couldn't, like, really... his responses seemed somewhat suspicious.
Yeah, no real, like...
Take away from that?
I guess it seems like, yeah, the investigation wasn't that great because... We never really, like, dug... I guess we went into his alibis. He had some alibis at the party. There was apparently like 7 people at the party. A few of them said he was there, but no one remembered like a bonfire or anything like that.
Yeah. I guess I feel like a lot of cases just like not swept under the rug, but like they kind of just cap the investigation. They're like, yeah, she's 22, she used drugs, she's missing, what, you know.
Maybe she overdosed and he had to hide her body so he wouldn't be blamed for her death. Well, if we're going by the mushroom theory, you can't really overdose on mushrooms.
You wouldn't overdose and die on mushrooms.
But I mean, if she's doing mushrooms, like popping them at work, driving home, then, you know, who knows? Sky's the limit. She could be popping all kinds of pills and stuff, too. Did y'all move? No, we just built this in our basement.
Yeah.
Accidental overdose. They panicked. It's not a bad theory, I guess.
And that's why they vouched for him being at the party, because a lot of them knew that she had overdosed.
I don't know.
Because why else would you vouch for someone?
If he might have actually went to the party and just
not been after whatever.
Yeah, I don't think they ever really confirmed the time he arrived at the party. So what if he arrived at 2 a.m. and he just got rid of the body somehow?
Yeah, how does the cell phone ping tie into everything?
Oh, we're gonna get to that. So. Okay. 18 months later, a couple looking for scrap metal at an unofficial dump site ends up finding her skeletal remains.
Oh no.
She was identified by dental records, and she had a plastic bag, like grocery bag, covering her head.
Oh my goodness.
And this is found in the location 25 miles from her home, Okeana. Yeah. No, not quinoa. Okeana, I think it's called. The coroner stated the death was by homicide, but since it was the condition of the body, they couldn't really determine the manner of death.
Dang. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. So the case kind of remains unsolved, but we do have a few suspects. Obviously, we got John. The fiance.
Was the case?
He's the prime suspect, yeah. There's a little more, though.
No, I'm not disappointed. It's just so many unnecessary, dumb, deaths, or homicides, or just kills, you know?
Yeah.
It's just what? I don't understand. We don't know anything about how she died, why she died, who did it, and it's just she was 22 and that's the end of her life.
Yeah, I mean, knowing what we know, closest person to her last seeing her, it's 99% of the time it's them. He also seems, I don't know, I go back and forth just by reading everything, because you can really read into what he's saying, but I would also say he's not very smart, and he could just be not used to being interviewed and stuff, and when you're being interviewed, you've never been interviewed before, it's really hard to get your point across. So I would excuse him from a lot of that stuff.
If you think your fiance is missing and you don't want her to be dead, you're not talking about her as if she is dead. And
what about this?
You're trying to articulate and get as much detail out there. You're not talking about how you vacuumed her house.
That's true. What about the fact that he called her father before 911 or anything? Does that make you think towards innocence?
Yeah,
Me too.
It does.
Did her family, mom, dad, or siblings make any statements? I don't think so, but it seems from what I read, I don't think they're super suspicious of the boyfriend, but I didn't read too much into that.
Was there follow? Someone asked, did he start dating anyone else or get married? What?
Someone says, my wife and I love to hunt for scrap metal at unofficial dump sites. That might be one of the best comments we've ever gotten.
But that's probably serious.
No, he's kidding, obviously.
Oh, I would assume Derek's serious.
No, Derek, you're kidding, right?
I don't know. I think that's a serious comment. Which would also still be really funny because he's just letting us know that it's a common thing.
That rules out overdose, a bag over her head. Yeah, I guess it would. Although that wasn't necessarily the cause of death, confirmed for sure. Seems like it could, though.
Yeah, unless they're trying to stage the... Yeah. Ugh, this is terrible. Everyone, I assumed serious.
Oh, I don't think that was serious.
Well, Derek,
we need to know.
Yeah,
now.
can you let us know?
Derek. Okay. So, obvious suspects, John, the big one.
Who else could it be? That third person?
Mr. Saturday Night. I don't think he's really a serious suspect. We do, though, have another suspect. So, 23-year-old Ellen. Are you looking for Derek's response?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm waiting for Derek.
Derek. Everyone's waiting for Derek now.
My wife is next to me, and she's making me say that I was just...
That's funny. Okay, so 23-year-old Ellie is her nickname. Wake went missing from her house on July 29th, 2018. So that is significantly into
7 years
the
later.
future. Yeah. She lived in Westchester, Ohio, very close to Cincinnati. Westchester and Fairfield, where Katelyn lived, are only about 10 miles apart. So her body was eventually found in a nearby field, and it was determined that she had died by asphyxiation. A local man named Michael Strauss was charged with her murder on August 25th. So it seems as though Strauss was stalking her in the months before her murder. She filed a police report for stalking, telephone harassment on April 22nd with the Westchester police. Speculation arose about whether or not Michael Strauss may have had involvement in Katelyn Markham's disappearance and murder.
Why?
Photos surfaced. I looked up the photo. I could find one photo, but it's like Facebook photos and people are saying it's them and it's not 100% verified. But photos surfaced of Strauss with John and a group of their friends.
Photos surfaced of Strauss with John. John Carter.
Yeah.
John was the fiance.
So Strauss, this person that murdered a 23-year-old woman, was in their circle of friends. Seemed like kind of on the perimeter, not like best friends.
Sure.
But he was in the group a little bit.
Yeah.
Or at least an acquaintance that they met up with a few times. These photos were taken after her disappearance, reportedly. But it seems as though Strauss was at least on the periphery of their friend group. Yeah. And then also the fact that there was plastic wrap over Ellie's head.
The same like a grocery bag?
It said plastic wrap, so I took that as more like...
Is this just some like Reddit thing you're reading that seems like...
No, this is a real theory that could be the same guy.
Oh, like the police have...
Yeah, police think it could be.
Huh.
Yeah.
Do you have a picture?
Of Strauss?
Yeah.
I could pull one up. He has like dreadlocks. One sec, I'm pulling up a picture. We got chats. Motive? Yeah, I don't know. What would the motive be for John?
He just... Yeah.
Strauss was not the Saturday Night guy.
Oh.
So this is Strauss.
Okay, gotta go.
Yeah, more like saran wrap. That's what I was thinking. Why wouldn't the Strauss guy be in jail? Well, he's in jail now. I think he was convicted of the murder.
On August 25th, yeah. Oh, I'm not dissing Reddit. I just Matt uses Reddit so frequently. I just asked him if he found it there.
Yeah, it seems like it's totally possible that he could have somewhat stalked Katelyn, too.
Yeah, especially if it's just like he didn't get too deep into the friend circle because he was just like there for...
So I guess like what's more far-fetched? That there's two murderers in like this little group of friends, or that the one guy murdered two people? I guess probably the one guy murdered two people, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that he's a stalker, I guess would lead me to believe that he would be like just outside the house waiting for John to leave, and like he might kind of know what John's up to.
Yeah.
And then pounce.
Yeah.
John's would have been sexual.
Like a sexual motive.
The motive. Would it have been? Why would it have been sexual? It's his fiance.
I don't know. Maybe like he thought she was cheating. That could be it. He's creepy looking. He did it. Looks like he'd go to the store and just buy plastic wrap.
I'm making an egg loaf as I watch you two. That sounds fun.
Yeah, I posted some stories 2 days ago. I made one like an egg loaf with protein powder for meal prep, and it's not filling at all, and it just like made me hungrier when I was eating it for lunch. So I don't think I'm gonna do that for meal prep anymore, guys. If you're interested. Got a picture of John.
Picture
Carter.
of John, yeah.
Isn't John Carter like a president?
John Carter. I don't know. No, I don't think so.
You know presidents, shouldn't you know that?
John Carter's not a president.
Oh, he does look weird, you're right, okay. Now that I see him, I feel like he would say weird things in interviews accidentally.
Yeah. There's John Adams, there's John Quincy Adams.
Look up John Carter.
One sec, I'm trying to show him a photo of this guy. There's no big images. I'll just show you that. Boop, right there.
John Carter. Oh, Jimmy Carter. Thank you, Harat. Harat. Isn't that your friend's last name?
Yeah, where?
But it's Harat and Indian.
Wait, are Katelyn and Markham the same person? Yeah, it's Katelyn Markham. I think you're joking.
Derek.
Jimmy Carter is the president.
Wait, so Derek's wife is next to him, though, and so I think the real mystery is Derek, like 32 or 52?
What?
Derek. How old do you think Derek is?
Oh, I'd say late 40s.
Yeah. So he's just coming with that one hits?
What did Derek say? He had another funny?
No, just the Markham.
Oh, that was him again?
Yeah.
Oh my, Derek's killing it in chat tonight.
But like, is he joking?
We haven't had a chat MVP like this in a while. Someone says, I'm confused. Why would this Strauss guy be in prison for a murder? Wouldn't he be in prison for a murder 10 years before Katelyn's murder? No, it was 10 years after.
And so he killed Katelyn supposedly in 2011. And then in 2018, he was convicted of a murder that he definitely did.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're tying the two.
Guy looks really clean cut.
No, he doesn't.
John Carter, he's saying.
Oh. No, he doesn't, though. He looks gross.
Yeah, he doesn't look super clean cut.
He looks like he doesn't shower all the time.
I wanted to look into this Papa John's story for you guys.
Oh, that's the Papa John's guy?
Yeah.
I love him. He's so sweet looking.
He resigned as chairman. He used a racial slur in a conference call.
What'd he say?
But he still owns a substantial stake in the company. He owns 30% of Papa John's. That's $622 million. Dang.
So do you think it was like just intentional, but it was supposed to be a joke and someone got offended and then called him out?
I read that it was like during a conference call about like racial sensitivity.
And he made a joke?
It's kind of like the Michael Scott episode. Isn't there one where he's like doing something like that?
I don't know. I feel like that happens. You know?
He's trying to be a cool boss or something?
Yeah. But I don't know what he said, and I don't know what the context is.
Yeah, I don't know the full thing either.
But I could see that happening, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone has actual... I don't even know if it's like recorded. I think it's just like he said, she said type of stuff.
Yeah.
It says he used the N-word.
Oh.
On a conference call.
He looks a lot different than I thought he did. The commercials make him look better.
It's so funny. I was watching, he did this interview. He
founded Papa John's?
Yeah.
He's so young looking.
Yeah, he really killed it. So he did an interview, like, you know, really his first interview I think since he got let go of. And he was really just like going in. He's like, I've been ordering 2 pizzas a day from Papa John's. The quality. We used to be all about quality. It's very obvious. I think they hired like someone from Arby's, like the old Arby's CEO or something. And he's like, this guy doesn't know quality. He's never been in the pizza space before. He's like, all he knows is fast food. The quality's declined. And I'm ordering 2 pies a day from Papa John's, and the quality just hasn't been up to par.
That's Papa John saying this?
Yeah. So to me, I'm like, whoa, he really is like, he loves Papa John's.
Wait, what's his name?
I think John Schnatter. John Schnatter.
Papa John, that's funny. He just put Papa in front of his name.
The conference call took place in May between Papa John's execs and the marketing agency Laundry Service. So it was about
training.
It was about the NFL kneeling people kneeling. And I think he was like talking about it hurting pizza sales, maybe.
And he used the N-word? Oh, it says what he said. Colonel Sanders called blacks N-word. Oh.
I guess he wasn't using it in a derogatory sense. I mean, you don't use it just to err on the side of caution, but he wasn't using it.
Business exec call.
It wasn't in a derogatory sense. Like, I don't
That's
personally think you get fired for that. Like, that seems extreme to me.
He didn't. He resigned, though. He probably just got a lot of slack and was like, the best thing to do is. And you're going to get slack regardless, right?
Yeah. What do you guys think? Should he have been fired for that?
Or told to resign? He said he ate like 40 pizzas in 30 days.
He did say that.
Michael Scott.
No, Papa John's isn't. I've never liked the pizza, personally.
Oh, I like their the garlic butter sauce that comes with that.
Yeah, the pizza's just not that good.
Their sauce is good. Yeah, the pizza's average.
Here's the offense. You think he should get fired for that?
Schnatter. I like that last name. Schnatter. News reports attributing the use of inappropriate hurtful language to me during a media training session regarding the race are true. Regardless of the context, I apologize. Simply stated racism has no place in our society. So, okay, so he fessed up to it, said sorry.
Everyone gets fired for everything.
No, yes. What was your question? No, he
Pretty equal split on no, yes for getting fired. He stepped down and then sued for 1/4 of stocks. What?
Rennie has a good theory on the case. If she knew Strauss, it would explain why she didn't take any of the stuff off her bed. He probably said, hey, let's get high, and she grabbed her phone and went out with him. And then he just hauled her away. I just added the hauled part.
Yeah. It really leaves into question, like, what actually happened to her. How did she go from being conscious? I guess the last time we actually... No. Because if you think the Mr. Saturday Night left at 9:30ish, so that's like the last time we're 100% sure she was alive. I doubt the guy like walked out the door and the boyfriend immediately murdered her. But like, what could have happened to her? There's no evidence of anything bad happening to her in the house.
Yeah, it must have just been someone who like came and she like stepped out for a moment and then that was that.
Yeah.
Someone said Cece's has the best pizza.
I mean, come on.
Do you eat pizza?
How can an all-you-can-eat buffet have the best pizza? Derek, I need a witty remark on this. Does Derek have any other good stuff in here?
I don't think so. I think his wife has banned him from using the keyboard.
He's still rich, so I think it's okay he had to step down. That's a terrible mindset to have. What do you mean he's still rich? He built this company with his bare hands, and now he's let go, and he's still incredibly passionate about Papa John's. Mm-hmm. He's obviously meant to run a pizza business.
When did he resign?
He was put on this earth to run a pizza business, like a year ago.
Mm. And he's still ordering Papa John's.
He's still rich, so I think it's fine. Oh, he's rich, it doesn't matter.
What's the best pizza in Atlanta? We haven't eaten pizza.
Yeah, we've never eaten pizza.
Do they? They probably have like good pizza somewhere. I don't know. Atlanta's known for its barbecue.
Yeah, and like, no, I guess that's not what they're known for. Barbecue? Yeah, they're not really known for like Coca-Cola, I guess.
Pecans, peach, Georgia
Peaches, pecans, yeah. Hi, new to your channel. Thanks for your help.
Hey, Chris. Thanks for being here on the non-keto night. I appreciate it. If you guys have keto questions, we're here so you guys can ask them.
I'm passionate about Papa John. I can respect that.
Bare hands. Oh, he'll be all right, Matt. He'll be fine.
I'm leaning towards accidental death. Explain yourself, Ketonement.
Because I'm not.
That means drug overdose then, right? Accidental drug overdose?
Cece's Pizza GAD locations in Atlanta. Like GOT locations. Do you see that one?
Yeah.
Are you using GAD as like got 'em? Like
I think he is.
That's funny. If you guys have Papa Murphy's, will you do the keto pizza taste test? I don't think we have.
Yeah, we don't have them.
We don't have Papa.
We did Blaze Pizza though. That was actually good. That's the best pizza we've had here. It's the only one.
I didn't like it.
I liked it.
They have Johnny's, but I don't know if that's nationwide. But we could do Johnny's Pizzeria. They have a keto crust.
So if we're thinking, the only thing with all these theories, it comes up a lot of cases, accidental death and then like a cover-up. That doesn't make the most sense to me, because what is your liability if you were there for the accidental death? Like, let's say you took these pills, she took the pills, she dies. Don't you just, I don't know. I guess I could see you getting panicked and not telling the police, right, and trying to cover it up. But I would probably just tell the police. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't.
At 22,
yeah.
When you have a great job at Papa John's.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Meg, can you talk about why you left law school? I'm an undergrad, thinking about applying. I didn't leave law school. I finished law school. I took the bar in Pennsylvania right before we started Keto Connect. I did not pass, and so I fortunately was able to pursue Keto Connect. Otherwise, I would have probably went down the legal route for a while. Yeah, so I went there, and I wouldn't like trade it for the world, because I went to California and met Matt, and I have Theo now, so I wouldn't have any of that if I didn't go to law school. If you love her, you don't dump her body in a scrapyard. That is very true. Keto Floozy.
Yeah.
Isn't Floozy like a?
I think it's spelled differently though.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Oh, FLOOZ.
Little Caesar's best cheap pizza.
Why?
Yeah, it's from
cheap.
Detroit.
I thought you said cheat.
Cheap.
I was like, no.
My favorite cheap pizza is going to have to be Hungry Howie's, and then you're going to go Parmesan butter crust.
Mine's going to be, it's tough. Probably the thin crust from,
Yeah, you're all about thin crust.
Just thin crust from Domino's or Pizza Hut. Probably Pizza Hut. Even their thick crust, it's just so buttery and good.
Do you regret going to law school?
See, I said no. I have to say no because I met Matt in San Francisco. Like, I would have never gone to San Francisco. But,
I think for Super Bowl Sunday we'll probably make wings. Or we don't really have a plan.
Anything?
I don't know.
I guess we'll see what our friends are doing.
I might have a drink. A couple drinks.
What time's the game? We don't know though, right?
I think, what time is the game?
Oh, it's tomorrow Saturday. The game's on Sunday?
Yeah.
Dang, that's okay. I should text people.
If you love her, you don't kill her.
Yeah.
I think it was probably Strauss. That's my prevailing theory here.
I don't want wings. We should do something else.
Okay. What are you thinking?
Were you thinking just order like B-dubs?
I'm down for whatever. We could just do normal dinner too.
Yeah, probably.
I've been craving Chipotle lately.
You have?
Yeah.
We can do that. Oh, I'm excited now for the mug cake Murder She Ate. She mug cake. Someone said that.
Mug-caked. Domino's is greater than Little Caesars.
Yeah.
Domino's is really good. I agree.
It's not really good, but the thin crust
really
is good.
They have the business model of Domino's is so good. They got the pizza tracker. You click, I want the pizza. They hit you with like the lava cakes. You want to add that? Just click this one button. They know what they're doing at Domino's.
Burgers, brisket. I'm craving buff chick dip. That's literally what I thought.
Make cauliflower wings. Why? Why would I make them out of cauliflower when I can make them out of chicken?
We can do both.
Looks like Derek went to bed.
I know. His wife just shut off the computer for him.
I love thinking of the old couples where they're like very codependent and like the wife has her specific thing she does, the man has his
it
thing.
happens quickly. Like Matt just, as soon as he wakes up, he's like, where's this? Where's that? Like, you just asked me for everything.
Yeah, it does happen quickly. Like, I know my grandpa, he can't cook at all. Like, he has just no idea. If you put like eggs in a frying pan, he would not know what to do at all.
Poor guy. Nothing beats a wood oven pizza. Yeah. Where do they make those? Like
Blaze Pizza does it, I think, don't they?
I I've never had like.
Or they do brick oven. Wood oven, brick oven. Is that the same thing?
No.
I always hear it called brick oven.
Yeah.
Because I think, yeah. We need a keto pizza type of Domino's to deliver. Yeah, I think you're better off with just like one of these big chains having a keto option. But I don't know if they'll ever do that.
I live in Houston area and Domino's has a lot of teens working there, so their pizzas slide off the crust too much.
What? Good night, Derek. Yeah, everyone say good night to Derek.
He just came in and left.
Have y'all had any aggressive encounters with vegans online or in person? No.
Mm-mm.
I've seen the videos of them like doing disruptions where they just like lay on the floor at butcher shops and stuff and
Jeez Louise.
do crazy stuff. Derek was killing it tonight. All the pun intended. Matthew.
Any new ice cream videos coming out?
I was thinking we
Do
haven't.
we have an ice cream video? What does that
Do you
mean?
remember when we first started our channel? We tried Halo Top every flavor like 4 times.
Oh my god, the dumbest videos ever.
Oh, do you guys remember this?
Yeah.
It was like our 5th video.
I found them.
What happened again?
I found all the new flavors that were leaked.
And we made a YouTube video and
And
Halo
then-
Top contacted us.
But all they said was take it down, and we were sad. We were like suckers, and we were like, okay, we should have been like, no, give us $1 million and we'll do it.
Well, I thought this would come back to pay dividends in the future. Like now
But now Halo Top can, you know, they don't really run the game anymore.
Yeah.
Because there's so many other good ones out there.
Derek is back at the scrapyard. Night, D-Dog.
Use green beans in chili. It's weird, but it's good. Ooh, that does sound weird and good, Michael.
Wait, did we ever make chili with boiled peanuts?
No, but we've talked about it a lot.
I want to try that. I think that would be good.
Rebel's good. It's in store. So wait, what is a pizza video? What's an ice cream video?
I think just like taste test different
Ice creams?
types of ice creams. Because there's newer
We started
ones.
a ketone blood meter for ice cream, remember?
Yeah.
And we did 2 ice creams, then we were like, no.
It's just a big because you have to do it every morning.
For like, and
And
there's
then-
for weeks.
I don't like starting my day off with ice cream. It just really disrupts my day. I don't get as much work done.
Here
I
he
don't eat
is
as
just
well.
complaining about his job where he gets to eat ice cream in the morning.
I wish Halo Top would make mega flavor. Mega would be butter pecan.
Yeah. And Halo Top doesn't make that, I don't think. The So Delicious Butter Pecan is the best.
Matt, what do you think of all the YouTubers who keep trying to force clean keto when it technically never existed?
What?
Force clean keto, like
Just carnivore or something?
I don't know. It's a hard to really, because like obviously the cleaner the better, but it's not really the most realistic. So like here's an example.
For everyone.
If you're like complaining about all the keto products that are available, to me, you're dumb. Like, why would you be complaining about companies trying to make products that are healthier options for people that need them? Like, is your life better off with those not existing? I don't understand just how it would be better if they didn't exist.
Or impacted.
Yeah. So to me, I'm like, yeah, they're not great for you, of course, but they're better than Snickers bars.
Yeah, but like putting them on blast, like, what are you really accomplishing there, you know?
Dirty, clean, lazy. I just ignore them.
The hazelnut keto cups you talk about are out of stock.
Those are really
Yeah.
great.
They're like Ferrero Rochers.
Steak and mayo every day.
That's a great combo.
Yeah, I just hate mayo.
I love mayo. Mayo's
Maybe
my
I haven't
favorite.
given mayo enough of a chance, though.
I mean, you gag every time you look at it. Matt's like, I will do anything for you. You're my princess queen wife. What can I get you? I'm like, can you make me egg salad? And he just like gags.
Yeah.
And I have to make it for myself. I'm eating Rebel Butter Pecan ice cream with the sugar-free chocolate sauce right now, and it's good. Wow, that sounds great.
Joe Rogan just posted on Instagram that he did carnivore all January and was shocked on how good he felt. And he said he lost 12 pounds. It's just too hard to do with 3 kids and a wife. Joe lost 12 pounds?
Have you seen the picture?
No.
Oh, I saw the picture. Do you want me to pull it up for you?
I can pull it up on here.
Okay.
You gotta find a comment, though.
Has Matt ever had chicken salad?
No.
I'm gonna say he's never had anything mayo based. Like if we only knew we were gonna eat once and we could never get food for the rest of the day, and we got like burgers and it had a little mayo on it, he just would fast.
Wait, where's this
Right?
post? Where?
Where's the picture, guys?
I don't see it.
Maybe it's in his story? Click on his story.
He doesn't have a story.
Where'd his picture go?
I don't see his Instagram or like his carnivore thing. Nowhere to be seen. I've been tearing up the Keto Bomb cookbook. Oh, what's your favorite recipe in there? Yeah, guys, I don't know how many of you know. We do have, let me just show you our website. Do you guys know we have a website?
You just know us for our crime.
This is our website. So, it's been upgraded for sure. And we do live every morning, 9 a.m., every weekday. Instagram, also Facebook. But we do have these here. We have 2 physical cookbooks. These are available on Amazon and like Barnes & Noble and stuff. And then we have these ebooks. This is the most popular one, Fat Bomb Bible. It's probably, is it the best one? I'd say maybe it's the best one. This one's really good too, Dinner in 30. This one's good if you like slow cooker stuff. You guys can check those out. It's just on the homepage, scroll down a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you find the Joe Rogan picture though?
No, I didn't. I stopped looking.
I missed the Man Show. I remember that. Can you even make the Man Show anymore? We should get a new iteration of the Man Show hosted by Papa John. That would be great. Him just trying Papa John pizzas every
People would hate us if
episode.
we associated with him. They would think we're racist.
No, I wouldn't be in it. I would just watch it.
Oh.
At the start of every episode would be like a quality check on Papa John's pizzas. It's a video, they're saying. Oh. Is it this one then? This one here?
Here, this is the picture.
So, I did the carnivore diet for all of January. I lost 12 pounds, gained a ton of energy. My energy levels were completely flat the whole month. No ups and downs from crashing after eating. I had a belly. A lot of people made fun of me, fat shamed me. I lost all my fat. I lost all the belly. I lost my love handles. I don't know if I'm going to keep eating like this, but it was tremendously beneficial. And I also have an autoimmune disorder. It's called vitiligo, and my vitiligo improved. I had a bunch of white spots fill in, so I don't know. I went into this thing thinking this carnivore diet was wacky, and I probably would think it's nonsense, but it's as good as I felt in a long time, and it's just 1 month.
Why is the cameraman cutting off his face?
So,
okay. That's interesting. Joe looks pretty good. He's like 50, right?
Yeah.
52. Looks good for 52.
That's great. All right, guys, though, this has been fun.
Yes, it has. Checking back in. Nothing from Derek. Okay.
All right, guys, we will see you Monday for Instagram Live if you join us there.
We got a video on Sunday.
This video coming on Sunday. And hopefully Murder Shade stays consistent for Fridays, and you'll see us next Friday.
You guys like it Fridays, 8? Oh, Theo's crying.
I know, that's why we're signing off.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys.